Since its launch last year, the International Labour Organization and the Japanese government's project has aided 269 Palestinian farmers in the honey and dairy sectors. Here to expand on this is Frida Khan from the ILO. Frida, what specific interventions has the project made for the honey and dairy sectors?
Thank you. The project's been working with small farmers and small producers in the honey and dairy sector. We've been looking at different elements along the value chain to look at the situation of their businesses right now, what it is that farmers need to do to improve their businesses and products, to grow them, and what sort of market opportunities might arise if they were to make these improvements. For example, in the honey sector, we began looking at production itself. One of the problems that we identified was the poor quality of queen bees. So we set up with local beekeepers, Ministry of Agriculture and other experts, a community-based queen bee production center. And it's equipped with the latest technology, and there is skilled staff there who are now breeding high-quality queen bees that beekeepers are using in their hives. We looked at the marketing. We found that if beekeepers were to package their honey in small glass jars rather than the big plastic bottles that they were using, they would be able to access new markets in the form of hotels and restaurants who are willing to buy in this new packaging. So we worked with the beekeepers on hygienic packaging of honey into the small jars, and they were able to access a whole new market. Similarly, we looked at branding, we looked at business skills, and other related elements along the value chain.
Tell us about the ILO's approach to inclusive market systems, or AIMS, and how does this help with the project?
So ILO's AIMS methodology, it's an evidence-based participatory approach to identify market opportunities and then support women and men with the skills or the information or the networks, whatever it is that they need to be able to access those opportunities. So in this project, another example I can give is that we worked with the stakeholders to, first of all, identify the sectors where there was some sort of unmet demand for products and services, where there was potential to increase the productivity of small producers to meet that demand, but in a way that would generate decent jobs, especially for women and youth. So, for instance, once the dairy and honey sectors were identified as sectors that met this criteria, we did a comprehensive value chain analysis and prioritized several interventions to improve the products and skills and information that farmers have. In the dairy sector, for example, we developed a network of paravets within the community so that farmers had quick and easy access to veterinary services. So far, access to these services, as well as the vaccination campaign, has helped prevent $360,000 worth of losses from disease and death of livestock. We trained farmers on food safety standards that helped meet the demand that some buyers had raised, and we also developed the branding of dairy products to improve the quality and market presence. So it's a set of integrated interventions that are designed and developed and implemented in the community with the community.
What impact have the project's sustainable practices had on environmental conservation in the region?
So there are a couple of interesting interventions that we are seeing the environmental impact of. So, for example, the livestock farmers that I mentioned before, the area where we were working with the livestock farmers was an area where corn was also being grown by farmers there. Now, there's a byproduct of corn production that was being wasted, it's being discarded. But through this project, that corn waste was turned into fodder. And so now we're currently producing around 280 tons of this feed from this corn waste, and that has reduced costs for farmers by 35%, feed costs for farmers by 35%, covering 1,000 sheep over the past sort of few months in the summer. We've also upgraded farmers' equipment by installing solar-powered milking machines and solar power units. And that's helped farmers address power shortages, it's helped them reduce energy costs, and then move towards a more sustainable and environmentally responsible use of energy.
Thank you very much for joining us today, Frida.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
Again, that was Frida Khan, Representative ILO Occupied Palestinian Territories. For more news, please visit govmedia.com.